Let's start with this antitrust little contretemps down in Washington. I mean, I confess, I practiced antitrust law in Washington at one point. I don't remember one before. There's this kind of debate. Is it antitrust or is it politics?
Well, with this administration, you know, anything's possible. But look, as you know from your own experience, the people who populate these agencies are well-intended, hardworking people. So they see something. Now, I don't buy the political angle, despite the comment that now President Trump made when he was a candidate about this deal. That was unusual, but a lot of things about this president have been a little bit unusual. So I think there's an issue in their mind, but whether or not that leads to a remedy, hard to tell. You know, this is a vertical transaction. I can't think of a vertical transaction that's been blocked.
It's been a long time, exactly. Right. I mean, the concern is that somehow they would use their position to basically disadvantage some other suppliers of programming.
That's right.
Are they really going to take that to court?
Well, that's really hard to tell. I'm not involved in the deal, so it's really hard. From the outside, I don't have any better view than anyone. You would think that basically a new team wouldn't take on, you know, Nolan Ryan in his prime. You would take on somebody on a decline. So it's hard to tell. But, you know, I mean, there's a lot of tough talk. The CEO of AT&T went out to the hustings last week, and he was pretty tough. So we'll see. But, you know, usually vertical deals are solved by agreements. Not unlike horizontal deals where there is an issue, a divestiture required. It's usually an agreement that basically says, I'll let other people buy that stuff. You know, and it's that simple.
Bob, you remember that October last year, just before the election, a monster October for M&A, some record-breaking deals. Then things kind of paused for a bit. If you're a CEO of a large company and the tax bill hasn't got the stamp of approval yet from the government, and you're sitting there and you're watching this deal play out and the politics around it and the theatre around it, does that make you hold back, or are you seeing things pick up?
Well, things have really picked up in the last few weeks, the last 6 or so weeks. You know, larger deals have a longer gestation period than you might think. It's a pretty long period of time. But things are very active. This was actually a very active year, but in sort of I hate to say it because these are still big deals, but under $1 billion, they don't make the front page of the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
But things are very active right now. The financing markets are fabulous. You looked at I don't know if you look at what the news reports are in Broadcom. No problem with financing that thing. That's $100 billion. You know, that's like a nation. You know.
Well, given the moves in the debt market over the last week, how wide open that market will be.
But the debt financing, deal financing markets are great because one place where banks can really make money and they hope these are bridge financing. They hope they don't even have to loan it. They're just backing it.